The stream is live. We're playing Moon Landings by Albus Rock. Sir Stu Zalot is currently leading the fart rankings with 6. Enjoy MDA and CGA. Welcome back, Chloe Records. Ads have started. Welcome back, sleepy developer. Glad to have you collecting old 8-bit computers. Thanks for enduring those ads.
We'll replace those ads with a picture of me. Hello, how you doing? Hi Sleepy, hi Chloe. Oh, right. Hey, it's time for some fun today. I hope. One just arrived today. How do you know? He's psychic. He is plugged into everything. Should know this by now. The bot knows all. Sod all, yeah. Terrible picture of me. It keeps moving. Thanks for the resub, G-Pin.
Welcome back, G-Pin 247.
G-Pin 24/7 subscribed and says,
Magandang media, this should be interesting.
It should be interesting, yes. That's what you did need. And we got an MJ as well, hello. Let's open some apple juice. Fizzy apple juice.
Welcome, G-Pin 24/7 to your 7 son.
And the Vionco as well, hello. And the Hot Rocks. Oh god, I need to do an intro. I have to wait for all the tunes to finish, I think.
Welcome back, MJ.
researching some Linux problems recently, and one of the answers I found was for me. Yay! I have got a lot of rubbish out there, it has to be said, yes. I was quite active on Stack Exchange and places like that back a few years back, so yeah. Plus I had a splurge with blogging as well. I haven't blogged for ages. Right, big microphone time. Takes aim at a yak from this grassy Norland. Slowly depresses the trigger. Poor trigger, he's a bit depressed, is he? Yeah, I was looking to fix an issue the other week, wasn't I? Yes, and found the solution in my own post. Okay, here we go. I think it's this one, isn't it?
A series of strange boings and bamfs heralds the arrival of a figure wearing some kind of neo-Victorian exploratrix gear, complete with elephant gun and pith helmet, accompanied by an indeterminate number of black-clad ninja porters carrying supplies, luggage, and, for some inexplicable reason, a canoe. The whole followed by a party of yaks wearing pith helmets and carrying loaded goats. The figure calls a halt, and the porters set up a camp before melting into the background.
Hello, Hot Rocks. Pith helmet, hunting rifle with a bustle, yes. Okay, back to normality. Right, my plan today is I have my 5150 on the desk here in front of me. I don't know if it still works. I hope she still works. And I'm going to attempt, it's currently got the MDA card in there. I'm going to attempt to connect it to my Extron IN1606 and get it to scale it for me. I hope. If that works, or even if it doesn't work, either way, I will then try the same thing with my cheap Chinese CGA card and see if that will work as well. No bustle in the jungle. Oh, no jungle in the bustle either. So that's my plan for this evening. Now, normally these cards I would use with the RGB to HDMI, which is fine, works well. But I just want to see if this will do it. Keep it all in one unit then. And then it's just a case of building a couple of adapters for it. So. And now G-Pin's here, we know what level the chat will be. Dive, dive! Is that the gutter I see above me? So the first things first, I need to make sure that this still works, because she's not been powered up for quite a while. And last time we had her on here, she was actually struggling at times to run properly. And I hope that she is not going to be sickening at all. Right. Isabel Jamet. PCB update, they are on order. China are on holiday at the moment. So they're on order, but not much happening with them for a week or so until China comes off holiday. Okay, plugging in power.
Hope you're having a good evening.
I have my other mobile here, but the battery is almost flat on it because I was using it last night. So it might work or it might not. So there's the 5150. I've got it backwards so I can get at the connector easily. So I'm going to switch it on and see what happens. Sit back just in case. We have cursor flashing. Good. That's a good sign. I smell dust. Large quantities of rather warm dust. The monitor on backwards, standing around the back of the machine. If that were possible, it would be impressive, but my desk is fixed to the wall. I can't get behind it. Is it going to do anything? Takes a long time on first boot up. Actually, I've not got the keyboard plugged in, have I? Yep, it's booting up. It's going to complain about no keyboard now, isn't it, I think? Yeah, 301 is no keyboard. There we go. She's booted. Right, so it is working. I've got no network card plugged in at the moment. What do I want? Let's go for that view. Let my battery charge up on my phone a bit more. Hey, Swarm. Hello. Right, so she works. That's good. I should really plug the keyboard in. Keyboard is down here.
Welcome back to Swarm of Insects. The stream title is IN1606 will it MDA and CGA.
Okay, keyboard plugs in to there. Okay, that'll make it usable now. Okay, so we have a functioning 5150. That is good. A good start. Oh, nice fart during the silence there. Perfectly timed, MJ. Well done. Streamer live streams cooking corpse courtesy of old computer. Yeah. Receives £500 fine. Yeah. That would be quite a good way to go, actually. Live on stream by computer exploding in my face. I must have a certain amount of street cred to it. Well, not street cred, net cred to it. Right. Now, I can't remember the pinout to the MDA card. Okay, right, I've got a useful little site here that's got MDA and CGA. I don't have an EGA card. I need to get an EGA card sometime. Oh, apparently my encoding is overloaded. Oh, of course, I switched to 60 frames per second, didn't I, the other day? It can't cope with that. Irk. I'm going to have to restart the stream. I've got problems here. I made a change the other day and forgot to change it back. Right, stream restarting. I shall be back in just a moment. There we go. That was silly of me. Right. You had an EGA machine for 20 plus years before you finally got hold of an EGA monitor to put on it. Well, all I need is an EGA card to put into this to try this out on the EGA. But I don't have one, so I can't. Right. Okay, so here is...
Currently playing Pride Before the Fall by Ethan Makes Cell.
Let's move those around a bit. Right, there's the pinout. Ground, ground, nothing, nothing, nothing. Intensity, video, horizontal, vertical. got his back. Me or the bot, yeah. Well, both of us, either. Right, I'm going to need, for the time being, I'm going to jam wires in. Well, I say wires. Little jumper wires, if I can find enough that are male both ends. You can never find one that's male both ends when you need it. No restarted jingles. No, the bot hasn't restarted, just the stream. If I scroll down on this list here to the M's, I can find you, and I can press this button.
Welcome to the show. Crack up an tin and let the banner flow. Thinking fun with the twitchy crew. MJ's in the house and it's all for you. Wallace Conga's a cheeky room. We sit stage spot on the stream for you. No need for thongs or cockhead flair. Strap it in tangible up chair. Good day,
Access
welcome
started.
to the show. Crack up an tin and let the banner flow. Raise your glass and shout to right. Jay's in the chat, what a real night.
There you go, just for you. Right, I've nearly found enough wires and jammed them into the holes. Actually, the video ones I could use male to female, couldn't I? Because I'm going to be sticking resistors into them. Can't even find male to female now.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
I should spend a week or two sorting this pile of wires out. It's just a tangled mess. Oh great, now all I can find is male to male. Now I don't want male to male, that's all I can find. Or female to female. Right. Okay. That's just the bot, yes. The bot is just a tangle of wires. There's no
With
there's no poll thing on there.
IN1606 says.
Cheer 69, this is my intergalactic spaceship. And this is where I keep my sorted lengths of wire.
Thank you for the bits. Okay, so pins 1 and 2 are at the top on the back here, which means that 6 and 7 are those two. It's a Matin X. Ahoy hoy.
Welcome back, Matt /.
Not the ideal connections. These are a bit on the loose side, shall we say? They're a touch loosey goosey. Come on, let's get the right program on my phone. They're in there, but they are a touch on the ready to fall out side. In fact, the yellow one there just has fallen out, and the brown one. Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to work actually, they're just not gripping at all there. I may have to do something different.
Preparations are causing quite the commotion, expecting teleportation and chicken theft.
Ben's Sunday roast preparations are causing quite the commotion, expecting teleportation and chicken theft. Okay. Try bent paper clips. I don't have any bent paper clips. I'm not that uncouth. I'm not going to have to do something proper, am I? What have I got in here? I mean, I do have these, which will do the job very nicely. 9-pin D connectors with lengths of ribbon cable on them. I'll stick one of those in, that'll do it. Yeah, spot the person who rarely uses optical media. Well, somewhere around I've got an actual proper ejecting tool, but I don't know where. I usually just use my tiny little screwdriver. I've got a little Phillips screwdriver that fits perfectly. I don't really use paper to use paper clips with, so. Right, let's strip this wire down. My tiny little screwdriver, is that what the kids are calling it these days? No comment. So by my reckoning, this should be, the one with the stripe should be pin 1. Then the next but 1 should be 2. Then 3. Then 4. Then 5, and then the interleaved ones, I know you can't see. It's not easy having a camera looking down on top of the computer when the computer fills the entire desk. I mean, that's the other view you could have. So these 4 and these 2 should be the right signals. So those 2 should be ground. That should be the video and the intensity. That should be the 2 sync signals, I think. I tend to actually use a butterflied staple as an eject tool. Fair enough. So I shall take these 2 here and strip off the insulation and attach them together. That should be the 2 ground signals for pins 1 and 2. Stick of dynamite for eject. Yeah, but you're extreme down there in deepest, darkest Devon. You're all a bunch of explosive weirdos. How confusing. Ha ha ha. Right, let me just quickly sanity check this. I should have a connection now between pins 1 and 2. Where's that gone? Must be that one, is it? There it is. So we go into continuity mode. We get beeps. I should get a connection between pins 1 and 2. Yep, I do. That's good. Right, that all makes sense. Or as much sense as anything does on this channel. Charisma check, critical success. Sanity check, sanity not found. No sanity here. Okay, so these two are the video signal, intensity and video. So I shall strip
I
the...
do apologise, I'm an idiot.
Who's an idiot? I could actually remove the monitor and work on top of the computer, couldn't I now? So I don't need the monitor anymore. Take the old CRT away. There we go. You can see what I'm doing now. Kind of.
Sausage in a bun. Dear old sausage in a bun. Gimme sausage in a bun.
Now I have a couple of resistors here. I think these are 68 ohm. I'm not sure what value I actually want for this. It might be higher than 68 actually. In fact, it will be higher than 68. Because I want, isn't it 0.7 volts is full intensity on VGA? 69 ohm would be much nicer. Yeah, but I haven't got 69. Isn't full intensity 0.7 volts?
I apologize for our intrusion.
Yes, 0.7 volts. So I need to do some calculation here because this is going to be a TTL signal which is 5 volts and I need an output of 0.7 volts when I get 5 volts in. So I need to do a voltage divider calculation. So I've got a 5 volt source. Resistor 2 is 75 ohms, that's the impedance of VGA. The output voltage I want to have 0.7, which means I need 460 ohms for full brightness. But that's when both the output, the video signal and the intensity are both on. So I need that to be, it can actually be, if I go for 500 ohms, no, what am I on, 500, yeah, 500 ohms, that would give me a maximum of 0.65, slightly down, but only just. So what I'm thinking is two 1K resistors. With just video, it would be one 1K resistor, which would give me 0.3 volts, 3.5 volts. With video and intensity both at 5 volts, it's basically two 1K resistors in parallel, which is 500 ohms, 0.652. So I'm going to want 1K resistors. Let's see if I've got any 1K resistors. I'm not sure if I've got any 1K resistors. I might have to hunt for some. Use a free attention plan. Oh. So two 1K resistors. Yeah, I quite like having this background when I'm working. It looks almost professional. So two resistors, the outputs joined together, the two inputs, if you call them inputs and outputs, but...
No, God!
Use one of these till I find a 1K. Fair enough, yes. You can feel the sarcasm. I made a dividing rod. I had a go at that once. Didn't work. I'm going to twist this onto here. And this one onto here. Fold these over. Bring them back up. Squeeze them. Wrap them round. That'll do. I'm not going to be soldering this. It's a dividing rod, yeah, but voltage dividing rod. So that then is the video signal. That is ground. And these two are horizontal and vertical. And it is, where are we? Horizontal is this one, vertical is this one, by my reckoning. Now I have here my cut-off VGA cable. And somewhere here I have a vertical, somewhere I have a horizontal. Where they are is anyone's guess. We can control the horizontal, we can control the vertical, but we don't control the intensity. It's time for another coffee, is it? Oh, it's time for another swig of apple juice. You made a divining rod as a kid, said you could find water to your mum one night, ended up walking straight into a lake. So yeah, technically it works. Technically working is the best kind of working, as we well know. So green return. Ground is possibly one of these, as well as the shield. There should be horizontal, vertical. Yeah, what we should have in here is horizontal, vertical, and 2 for the DDC or whatever it's called. DDC, the EDIED stuff, the base I2C connection basically. Clock and data. And 1, I think, probably ground. So I'm guessing black is probably ground. But the other 2 I will need to buzz out because I don't know what they are. So 13 and 14 are horizontal and vertical. I'm assuming that red, green and blue are red, green and blue. Well, considering they are coaxial shielded cables and I've used this already for red, green and blue, yes. Most definitely. Right, so I shall require buzzing out, and one of these is going to be ground. I'm guessing black. The others, who knows? Cyan, magenta and yellow. Which one's me? Which one's me? Hey? Black is probably not ground. Yeah, who knows what it'll be. Ground should be connected to pin 10, I would have thought. Or maybe pin 5, who knows. Where's the end of this gone? There it is. Right, let's get some glasses on that'll let me actually see the pins. Okay, black one is looks like black is vertical. With white being horizontal.
Ads are starting.
It's like brown is ground, brown the colour of soil. So just check that green is green. Yeah. And green's ground goes to the green return. Yeah, okay. Used to have minor issues there with live being black and neutral being white. Yeah. They don't have a clue over there, do they? I don't want your drink. I've got my own drink, thank you. It's half gone already. That's not good. Right, so vertical is black, horizontal is white.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
And brown is ground. Okay, so on this one it was horizontal is that one. Horizontal is the middle one, which was white. Ooh, thank you very much for the resubscribe there, Hot Rocks. Sorry about the belch there. This apple juice is fizzy.
Welcome, Hot Rocks girl. Glad to have you.
That's the vertical, supposedly. Brown is ground, which goes onto this one here. You're pleasantly surprised recently when doing some electrical work and cable colour meaning was not messed up. Oh, maybe connecting the thing you disconnected much easier, yes. I had a cable on a site years ago. The orange pair at one end wasn't the orange pair at the other. Oh, it hadn't gone from A to B halfway through the cabling, had it? And so your oranges and your greens were swapped over. So then we connect the video signal, I'm using green, to here. I haven't got much wire to connect it with, but hopefully just enough to hold. Okay, make sure nothing is shorting with anything. That looks okay to me. What I might do actually is just pop this in there to make sure it's not touching this metal surface. Right, now I need a connection from the 1601, which is one of these two chunky grey cables. Let's take this one here, which should be input 1. Plug the two together and power up and see if it all goes bang.
Get that crap out of here.
Right. I have a light on the front. I have VGA 1 is illuminated. Put it in RGB mode. See if we get anything. RUV mode. Ah, RGB. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. It just works. It just works. Oh, it's a bit dim, but then so am I. MDA. Instant, just like that. Wait for half an hour while it works out how much space there is on this hard drive. Put it next to the bot, it'll look brighter. The vertical size is not quite there. Let's go to image settings, auto image. Whoa, no. It's struggling to sync on that, isn't it? Pump in some random numbers here. Let's just crank that down right, so I've got a limit on the bottom there where it's clipping off. If I take that down to just before it clips off, push that down, stretch it out a bit. Let's run edit. Oh, well, I've got this other edit, haven't I? On that edit. Takes half an hour to load. Right, if I hit auto image now, we're almost getting it. Adjust the vertical start, push that up. decrease the active lines. Push that down. That's looking pretty good. I like. We've got high intensity going there. These little arrows on these bits here. If I can get it now, I can't get it to move. But the letters on here are highlighted, the initial letters. If I hit auto image now, auto image presses charges, yes. That doesn't look half bad actually, does it? There's a good contrast between the dim and the bright. If I want it brighter, I can adjust it in the control panel. Increase the contrast a bit, bring it up. Block graphics are indeed charming, yes. Yeah, I'm wondering if it is a bit dark actually for the low intensity. Ooh, it just reset itself. That's what it did before when it was struggling. Just a random reboot. It wouldn't surprise me if the power supply in this was starting to fail. It's the original power supply and it's never been recapped. So it might be time to recap the power supply in this old girl. Whoa, indeed, yeah. But saying that, there's an electrical safety test sticker on the back of this, dated the 7th of June 2013. Now, I got this off a friend of mine, an old chap. He's now gone a bit doolally and he's in a home, I believe. But he's considerably older than me. Must be in his 90s now. So I think he was still using this as his actual PC in 2013. Had a PSU blow its caps yesterday, nice. Plunged you into relative darkness, losing the LED task lighting in the front room. Oh no! Got a little doolally and is now in chat, yes. Got a little doolally and he's now powering the bot. And this power supply has been modified in that I removed the original noisy fan and replaced it with a much quieter one with a fan speed controller and thermocouple. So it's almost silent, this 5150 now. It was bloody noisy before. Oh look, this IBM PC XT is running the speed of an IBM PC XT. Doolalia or echolalia? No echolalia. He's not supposed to.
It seems
Well,
like
the only difference between, well, there's two differences between a 5150 and a 5160. One is the addition of an extra ISA slot, crushing them together into the what is now standard spacing, and a hard drive taking up that extra slot. You'd never give up your work 2K3, yeah. You don't see you needing anything more powerful than your M1 Mini for decades to come, at least at home. Quite. Computers now are ridiculously powerful. The difference between sort of Pentium 2, between Pentium 2, Pentium 3, between Pentium 3, Pentium 4, between Pentium 4, Core 2 Duo, night and day each one, big leaps for each one. Difference between Core 2 Duo, the first core, not a lot. The next core, not a lot. The next core, not a lot. It went from big jumps on regular basis now to just we'll just squeeze a couple more cores in. We'll just drop the power usage a little bit. It's gone from jumping up in power all the time to just little tweaks just to get a little bit more speed out of it. So the difference between a 10-year-old computer and a brand new computer is, for most people's uses, bugger all really. So just optimizations really, yeah. That's all it is now. Adding more cores, taking away cores and replacing them with half power cores, things like that. That works, excellent. P4 wasn't a CPU, it was a space heater indeed, yes. Right, well that works. It just works. I love this IN1606. It's a gorgeous bit of kit. I mean, my RGB 300A would capture, or would scale MDA, but only just, and squished off to one side and down in the corner a bit. Yeah, it wasn't great, but this is just perfect. And I got it on my TFT up here in front of me, and it's a perfect image that I'm seeing. I'm impressed. MDA is a strange resolution indeed. I've currently got this set up as 357 active lines, 678 active pixels, horizontal start of 152, vertical start of 157, total pixels 820, and a pixel phase of 12. I'm going to save this as an input preset of MDA. Saved. $720 by 350 officially. I can set it for 350. 720. I'm currently on 678. 720. Squashes it sideways. I'll take the total pixels up to 900 and then wind it down from there till it fits. And move the horizontal start to get that down to there, 132. A few more total pixels. Vertical start, I shall drop a fraction. That's looking pretty good. Oh, I wish I could stop gurgling tonight. It's all this apple juice. These numbers are burned into your brain, having built System 1's video timing around the same numbers. Fair enough. But that looks absolutely gorgeous, that does. I'm unsure whether I want to have the normal intensity a bit brighter. Whether to just drop the 1K resistor down to maybe an 860 on that one, or an 820 rather. Just to lift the whole thing slightly. Hey! Newsflash, the oven is hot. I'm glad it turns you on, Ben. There's an 860. Let's go to test video, text. There we go. Is that a newsflash or a warning? Yes. Right, so if I disconnect one of these, I don't know which is which. Hey, it's an RF programmer. I think this is the video one.
Welcome back, RF programmer. Hope you're ready to dance.
Oh, flashy flash. I shall connect up an 820 instead.
I will
860,
refrain
sorry.
from being disruptive.
To there. And reconnect the video that has popped off. No, that was the intensity there, wasn't it, that I just did? So we'll put that one back where it was. Whoa, that's going flashing again, sorry about the flashing.
I'm here to assist.
Let's get that reconnected, stop the flashing.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
You left your bottle of red in the car, oh no. That's not good, it's going to be... I think I need some more length on my green wire here, don't I? Oh, come on. I can get this insulation off. Can't have roast beef without Yorkshires. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I've got a bit more green signal wire here now. There we go. Right, so if I now disconnect this wire instead, we just get the highlights, and now we get less contrast between the two. I think that looks a bit better. It's a bit brighter overall. Don't cut the red wire, why not? I could connect the red wire to the same place as the green wire and we get yellow screen instead. Number one. We can have some cyan. I could get... There's no, I haven't stripped those wires yet. Right. Contrast indeed approved, yes. It's just raised the lower. And then not quite so much of a difference between that and the bright. I think that looks better. So a 680 and a 1K are the perfect levels for this. I shall be using the same ones for the CGA card, because that is also TTL with an intensity pin. pen doesn't have room for help in the kitchen. It doesn't have room for much in the kitchen. It's full of RS6000 scattered all over every surface. There's some automations around the dishwasher and oven power usage. You can get a dishwasher done message. Nice, yeah. Hey, you left the oven on. Now douse the resistors in hot glue and cable's done. Now I want to make a proper adapter. I want to take some old VGA cables, cut the ends off, solder on a proper connector, and then I've got a VGA to whatever adapter. You'd be worried to get a dishwasher done message because you don't have a dishwasher. Or your dishwasher is hamster powered, using G-Pin's hamster. Is that yes to no you haven't got one, or yes it's hamster powered using G-Pin's hamster? It's raccoon powered, fair enough. So you just stick the dishes into a big tub of water, drop in a raccoon, and the resultant panic and screaming from the raccoon washes the dishes. Yeah? Some random bloke broke into your kitchen and did the dishes. Snooze. You're the raccoon in question. So I'll drop you into a big bucket of water, and the ensuing screaming and panicking washes the dishes. I'm inspired to install one, but you still haven't healed from the trauma of redoing the bathroom. Oh, bathrooms are not fun. I know, I've been there, I've done that. To have a dishwasher, you'd have to remove the washing machine, and no. Well, the simple answer is you get a roll of something like ether foam, line the inside of the washing machine with it, put all the dishes in, close the door, turn it on. You've got a multi-purpose washing system then. Then when you want to wash your clothes, you just remove the ether foam, all the shards of broken crockery, and put your clothes in. During a 1 hour meeting, oh dear, you'll see me if I'm still here. What time? I should still be here. It's only 8 o'clock. I should be here for the next 2 hours. Besides, Mock Helix is here to take over from you. Hello, Mock. Or Mo-K.
Welcome back.
Growth Hacking Consultancy has found a new client in the ceramics business, yes. Quickly, lasagna in the dryer, indeed. Slow cooked and tumbled at the same time. Right, so now that we know that this works and works well, I need to replicate the whole thing again, but this time with the CGA card. Right, there's the RGB to HDMI, which I will want for initial testing. CGA card is here. But first, let's disconnect the existing cable. So that is a bodged together working MDA. Happy with that. Right, let's see about extracting the MDA card and putting in the CGA in its place, which means reconfiguring the motherboard. Slicing vegetables. Yes, if they would make self-cooking, yeah. Rather cook your lasagna in the dishwasher, at least Mythbusters proved that one fair enough. Where's the small roast? That's where the small roaster was hiding, under the carving tray. Okay. Dad once cooked a salmon on the 2.4 litre Land Rover engine block. Oh dear. I'm not surprised, those things get pretty warm, don't they? rear screws removed. Turn that light back on. Right, removal of MDA card. Let's take the lid off. I don't have it set up for dual head, no, purely because I don't have any spare slots. I have floppy drive, I have USB hard drive, I have serial, I have video, I have memory expansion, and there is no room for another. Otherwise I would. If I could do with 2 more slots because I want second video card and I want network card, but there's no room. There's always tons of dust when the cover is pulled off. Where's all the dust? I got rid of that years ago. Well, not years ago. A year or so ago. And it now lives in its own little perfectly sized little cubby hole in the bottom of the desk. With no dust. Besides, all the dust is in the power supply. I can smell it when the power is on. I have to import the dust to order, yes. A small MDA card. Right, look at that. That's a gorgeous video card, that, isn't it? All jelly bean logic, apart from one big chip and the ROM. Motherboard extender. Well, I mean, the best answer is one of the expansion units, which is another case almost identical to this, and a couple of expander cards and a big chunky ribbon cable that goes between them, and then it's got an expansion inside it and its own power supply. It's specifically designed to go with this because there just wasn't enough I/O on it. So they actually made a proper expansion unit to go with it. Sleep is needed. Have a good sleep, MJ. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Okay, CGA is in, but it won't work yet because I need to reconfigure the motherboard to tell it that it has CGA or EGA so that it knows to look for and execute the ROM code that is on it. You weren't kidding about motherboard hackery to put the RAM on the motherboard. Yeah, I'm sure you could, yes. I would like to create, in fact I've started thinking about doing it, create my own expansion card which has the USB hard drive built into it, it has the memory expansion built into it, it had numerous other things built into it, all into one big super card that does all of it. Serial I think I had in it. I think I had a... I can't remember what else I had on that. RTC and also just all sorts on this, just one big card. Wait, which card is supposed to have a ROM in it? Well, they both have a ROM on them. This has got a ROM with BIOS code in it. This has got a ROM with characters in it. Character generator ROM. Right, reconfiguring the motherboard. Time to RTFM. CGA shouldn't have the BIOS on it. It does. That's why you've got to reconfigure it, isn't it? It executes the BIOS code to configure it. Okay. Where are we? Configuration jumpers. Okay, type of display is connected. IBM monochrome, in which case it uses the video control code built into its own built-in BIOS, or color display for CGA or EGA, where it uses the BIOS code that is built into the video card. We want 80 by 25 mode, switch block 1, 5 up, 6 down. So swap over 5 and 6 on switch block 1. EEPROM. Bigger than the character generator. That's a 27C256. Too big for a character generator ROM. Also, the same video mode settings are used not just for CGA, but for EGA and for VGA. And all of those require the ROM to execute.
They're coming to get you.
Hey, Platinmacher.
They're coming.
Platin.
Stop.
Hello. Platinmacher.
Coming for you.
Thank you for raiding with 26 of you. Hey. PGA pin grid array. That's not a video card. Hey. Welcome, welcome. I am currently, I've just had my MDA card in this 5150 connected up to my Extron IN1606 for video scaling, and it worked perfectly. You've just missed that, I'm afraid. But I'm now just installing my CGA card and reconfiguring the 5150 to now connect that up to the IN1606 to try scaling that. Professional graphics controller. Oh no, yeah, I have heard of the PGA, yes. A bit of a strange beast, that one. So I'm just adjusting the switch settings on switch 1, which I need to put I need to change 5. 5 goes up, 6 stays down. So 5 goes up. That should be all I need for that. In 80 by 25 mode. Okay, now I'm going to test this with
channel
whatever I've done with it.
Red programmer says.
Sag Platinenmacher richtig, liegt mir an PCB-Marke.
PCB maker. Ah, does it? Platinenmacher. Oh, my German is awful. I murdered the name. Yes, so how is it pronounced? Platinenmacher? Platinenmacher? It's a sign of my needs PCB remaker, yes. Needs PCB. That won't fit in there, it's too high. Right. It's only USB 2. It can plug in there, can't it? Right, that might work. I've got my RGB to HDMI here, which I'm going to attempt to use. Let me just see if this will work. That one? I think it is. I'm not sure I've got enough power for this at the moment, have I? Let's enlarge that a bit. Right, that's running. So I'll plug this into the 5150. Grab the keyboard, which is now buried under more crap than I'd like to think about. Plug the power in. And power up, see what we get. This is on the RGB to HDMI. That's blinking, that's good. I don't know what this is set up for profile-wise at the moment. Oops, just captured that. Yeah, we're set to a CGA at the moment, that's okay. How do we exit this menu? Oh, I think I just rebooted. I think this needs more power. I've just got it plugged into a USB port at the moment, which isn't great.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
More power! It'll do for now. We know it's booting now anyway. So that's pixel perfect capture on the RGB to HDMI, which is fine, but yeah, that looks like edit. But I want it on the 1606, which will give a more, and this gives absolute perfect pixels. This should give a more smoothed look. So now it's back to wiring again. Let's get another serial cable if I've got one here. I've got plenty, but they're short ones. I'd rather use a longer one for this if I can. No, I'll just use a short one. Whatever. Time for another of these. And CGA fonts, yes. Right, let me just see about cutting off the end of this. And remove the extra wire from the edge of it. It's only 9 pin, going into a 10 pin connector. Right. So back to here. Shrink that at that.
It seems
this useful website. We've got ground, red, green, blue.
Anything.
Intensity. video, horizontal, vertical. So it's almost the same as the CGA, as the MDA. It's just got the colour moved elsewhere. Should print some more fake AA shells, fair enough. Okay, so pin 1 is ground. Pin 2 is ground. Let's get my wire strippers. I'll strip these 2 off and wind them together. So that's my ground signal. Some larger ones, then you can sell seashells by the seashore. So pin 3, 4 and 5 are the video signals, red, green, blue. Pin 6 is intensity. This is going to be quite a bodge, this one. There'll be 6 resistors involved in it. Pin 7 is not connected. Pin 7 is not appearing in this film. Then pin 8 and 9 are horizontal and vertical. Bottle of red, bottle of white, and a Billy Joel song stuck in his head. I'm not surprised. Right, we'll just strip those 2, strip these 4. A bit of a bodge, I would tell the difference. Well, yeah. Well, the difference is that one was only 2 resistors. This one's going to be 8. Sorry, 6 resistors. I've had too much apple juice. I can't count anymore. Worse than King Arthur. Okay. Lots of stripping done. Welcome to OnlyFans. Could I count before? Not well, no. Wasn't my forte. And now it's not even 40. Okay, so that's red, green and blue. That's intensity. Horizontal and vertical. Now, I'm going to reuse the same... Am I going to reuse the same cable? Or am I going to start a new one? That means buzzing out for the horizontal and vertical again. Not sure. But what I am going to do is just take a 2-minute break to go and relieve myself of some of this excess apple juice, and I shall be right back.
Majenko, I think you should check your microphone. It seems to have died.
RF programmer Majenko is still here, streaming.
Streaming's one word for it, yeah. Not emergency, no, just seemed the most opportune time. So, I can unplug the RGB to HDMI. I no longer require that. Can I get this into shot at all? I push that back. You can sort of see it there. Right. Yes, do I want to start a new cable or reuse the existing one? I've got no shortage of cables. I'm sure I've got another cut-off bit of cable somewhere. Possibly, possibly not. I've got 1,000,001 VGA cables there, so I'm gonna sacrifice this one, I think, because I'll be wanting to use this to make the actual finished product anyway, so I might as well start as I mean to go on and just cut this in half, if these cutters will do it. They're very nice cutters, these, but because they are so long, they're quite springy around here, so if you've got something thick to cut, you're cutting and it's just flexing. Fastest we need to go on. Well, that too, yeah. That's always an option. Right, let's strip off a load of this insulation. There's no RF programmer, it most certainly is not. For that you'd be looking at doing unspeakable things to a bishop, or cutting off the air supply to a certain farmyard fowl. Got an ESP home config that, when paired with a MOSFET and a couple of fake AA shells, will allow remote control of such lights, complete with dimming. Nice. Very groovy. I gave a stream the other night and someone in chat pointed out the anniversary of the first park bench video. Oh wow. We all celebrate it by going out and buying some earplugs. Okay, this is one of those horrible cheap ones. But it does mean that the sync wires are nice and chunky, because it actually has good thick wires for the sinks. And then we've got a red, a green, a brown and a black. So we've got three colours, which are, well, that one's yellow. That's not a colour. Well, it's a colour, yeah, I know it's a colour, but it's not a colour of electron beam. So that's probably a sync signal of some form. Do you want to try and update the firmware on your SLZB06M? What's an SLZB06M? It's not a product number I'm familiar with. That one is white. That is also not a colour of electron gun. That one is pink, which is almost red, I suppose. Oh, a ZigBee coordinator. I've never actually used ZigBee. I always built my own stuff from scratch, using whatever tat I could get cheap. So I never really actually got to use ZigBee. There's a cyan, that's almost blue. So this one should be something greenish. No, that's grey, which is nothing like green. If my electron guns are coloured, they aren't emitting electron beams. Well, you know what I'm on about, Chloe. Better use ZigBee to talk to root panels, fair enough. So for red, green, blue, horizontal and vertical, we've got pink, yellow, cyan, white and slightly off-white by the looks of things, and the higher quality wire. The wire that has more insulation, so it looks like it's going to be higher quality but isn't, because it's still the same rubbish CCA inside. That's actually a really useful map. Online with techie people, so pedantry is always going to be high. Indeed it is. And I have been as guilty as anyone of that sort of thing, so don't feel bad about being pedants. Oh. And that's how useless this is. I just went to strip that and it just fell off in half. Because it's such thin wire inside it, there's hardly any wire there. Don't know why they bothered. All your light bulbs are ZigBee things. Let's do it since your light switches are in stupid locations, that's fair enough, yes. Stuff like motion sensors and door sensors are great. You come home and it's dark, your lights turn on, nice. Well, I've got most things around here on Miros smart sockets. But my main light up there isn't yet. I keep meaning to get a Miros smart bulb for that. Because I can turn on most things around this room just with the power of my voice. And things in the garage as well. I could turn on the vac station just by asking my Google Home. Why? I don't know. I can. Sideways falls wide, yeah. These were cheap things off Amazon. Etapco. And I find them really good. I much prefer these to the sort of grip and pull ones, or the end ones, because these you can just flip up that bit of plastic and put as big a cable through as you want. So, and then just go clunk, and it doesn't do it. Right, so I need to make sure that which wires are which of these. I've lost my black probe, there it is. Okay, let's connect to the pinkish coloured one and see if that is red. It is. Let's try the yellow one for green, shall we? No, that's too much to hope for. How about grey for green? Grey, green? Yes, grey for green. So is it light blue for blue? Yes. So that leaves the yellow one and the white one for the sync signals. So the yellow one is vertical, and the white one must be horizontal. Yes. Okay. Now there might be a ground signal somewhere in these other 4 wires here. One thing I do like about these wire strippers, I just stripped 4 wires in one go, perfectly. Let's see what the red one is. That's it's one of the data signals, that one. I can cut that off. Don't need that. Okay, let's have a look at brown. Is that brown? That's brown. Hard to tell in this light. Let's see what the red one is. It sparks hot.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
Brown is that pin there, which according to the specifications is not connected to anything. So I don't need that one. Cut that one off. So that leaves green and black. Is the black the... They haven't gone and done something stupid like use black for ground, have they? That's one of the grounds, yes, that's that ground up there. Okay. What have they used green for then? Is that the other data wire? Where did that go? Yeah, green's the other data wire. So yes, they've actually gone and used black for ground. Weirdos. Lots of things seem to have happened while you're away. Yes, the computer's open. I have swapped the video card for the CGA because the MDA worked perfectly. And now I am just building an adapter for CGA in the same way that I did for the MDA. I really ought to play with the Home Assistant, yes. I have played with Home Assistant, just not enough to get it configured in any sensible way. Right, so those 3 there are red, green and blue. Red, grey and blue are red, green and blue. Those 2 are the sync signals. Yellow is vertical. So now I will need 3 1K resistors and 3 860 ohm resistors. Where are we? There's one 860, two 860, three 860. Or no, actually no, those aren't 860, are they? No, they're not. They're 680. They still work perfectly though. Well, this. Or are they? Oh, are they? Blue, grey. Orange is 3. Yellow is 4. Green is 5. Blue is 6. Purple is 7. Grey is 8. Yeah, those are 680 ohms. These are not 860, 680, which is still perfectly fine. Now, what have I done with my 1Ks? Yeah, I need to update Home Assistant and have a look at the newer version because it's supposed to be better than it was. But it's just one of the many things on my list of things to maybe one day delve into. Okay, we have our resistors. Now these all need pairing up together. A 680 and a 1K.
From Athens glow to
Hey PC, how you doing?
knows what vintage
Welcome.
old machines with stories to tell. Now the stream's alive and it runs so well. So shout out power with the crew who boot the dice down your 2 from floppy.
Tried to introduce database not migrations upon the job. Somewhat managed to confuse him, but team leader still feels numb on using them in production. Oh.
With their Greek design, razor glass.
Managers don't like change.
Just powers up the stream.
Okay, so those are all into pairs now. Now I need to connect them all together. By twisting all the 1K resistors together. To create a nightmare tangle of resistors. So if I put that like that, like that, like that, like that, that's our CGA network, CGA resistor network. We have intensity goes in the middle, the 3 colours go in on the outside, and the 3 colours come out around the edge there. That's the theory anyway. Chloe. That was awful. Okay, let's take the VGA cable first and connect up the outputs to these 3. I'll convince him, not confuse him. So red goes on to there. We'll fold that over just to hold it in place. Green, which is actually grey. We can put on this one. Fold it over. And blue we'll put on this one. Over. Okay, that's attached to here now. Now let's take this one. I've got red, green and blue here, I believe. 3 is red, so that one is red. Red connects to here. Okay. This one is green, I believe. I hope. In the genre such that the greatest puns are also the most bad as were indeed, yes. The worse the puns, the better they are. If that makes sense. And that makes this one blue. So those are now connected through like that. Intensity is pin 6, which is this one. So this needs to connect to the central big column in the middle of this resistor network. Okay, hold that over. Right. That looks good to me. Right, so horizontal is 8, vertical is 9. And on here, horizontal is the white one. So horizontal was 8, wasn't it? Yes. So that one connects to there. Everyone sent almost a dozen grown-worthy examples of wordplay into a competition, hoping at least one of them would net you an honourable mention. Sadly, no pun intended. Tried to make some chemistry puns, and all you got was a rude retort. Yes, didn't stand for that. Ha ha. Right, then the vertical is the yellow one.
It seems like everyone's either automating their homes or plotting elaborate food-related taunts for Sir Choose-A-Lot, a truly balanced chat.
Balanced chat. Chatter about as unbalanced as you can get. Right, where's my ground gone? Somewhere in here is a ground. There it is. Hey, Carrot House. Shut up, bot. Hi, chat. Nice intro. So connect the black one up to here. Speaking of unbalanced.
Carrot House 82.
And we'll also connect it to the shield. That might, fingers crossed, be it. Horrible, horrible, tangled mess. Let's plug it in and see what happens. No sparks, that's good. I don't have a light on the front of the HDMI scaler, which is worrying. That's saying it's not got a signal. I got these connected the wrong way around. These two sync ones. They smell burning. Bang! Let's just swap the sync signals over just in case. The worst thing that would happen is that I happen to be sending the sync signals down the I2C connection. No, still no light come on the front. Thinking, so that's probably the smell of burning. So I'll put those back where they should be, or I thought they should be. Right, now those are back where they should be. What I shall do, a radical thing this, I know, I'll plug it in. I see an image on my screen. Not right, but I see an image. Genius, yes. It's half there. Just got to dial it in now. Let's do an auto image, see what we get. That is the auto image. Okay, so halve the number of active lines.
Wait, am I an idiot?
I'm an idiot.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
It's a little on the fuzzy side, but I'm not surprised given this horrendous mess that I've created here. Let's go back to 720. Crank up the total pixels. Bring down the horizontal start. A little bit fuzzy, but that doesn't look too bad. I don't know what it should be actually. So that's 720. It should be 6. I thought it might be. I thought it would be. So 640 and $920. 640, $920 looks good. Horizontal start, I could take that up just a touch. Maybe bring this down to 910. $9.12. $9.10. There we go. That looks reasonable. Zero visible lines. Yeah, active is set to 200. Active lines 200, active pixels 640, horizontal start 110, vertical start is 135, total pixels is 910. And phase is currently 0, but I might tweak that. Yeah, I've got a wave going down the screen, or across the screen with the phase. Actually, I think phase 0 is the best. Although there's a smudge just above the A of arrow equals there. Phase is set to stun. So I might just knock this down a little bit, see if it can... No, maybe it needs to go up on the total pixels. $912, that looks good. Let's adjust the phase. All that does is shift the whole thing across in... Yeah, that is right. So 912 is the total pixels.
Thanks for enduring.
Let's save that.
Chat.
Save it as... Oops. CGA. No, that was VGA. Why did that come out as VGA? I don't want VGA. I want CGA. Right, that works. That absolutely works. And worked surprisingly easily once I plugged it in. Okay, tests. Video. All these modes are slightly different now though, aren't they, of course? So I'm going to have to dial it in for all the different video modes at some point, or for each video mode that I want to use. Let's just recall that. Actually, let's turn off auto image. Should stay the same then. Thing works, it plugged in. More at 11. Some of these have slightly different clockings that they just need a slight tweak to get them properly aligned. But most of them look pretty damn good. Colours are all correct. Oops, didn't want to do that then. That was it. Cancel that. Cancel all tests. Exit. Right, now the big test. know I can run 808 MPH. I could actually. Actually, this is not aligned properly in DOS, is it, here? There's a slightly different alignment here. Slightly different timings for this resolution. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. That looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? Considering it's just a bunch of resistors. I want to jump sideways. Oh, when he does jump sideways, there's a cat sticks his head out. Ah. Use the diagonal keys. Whoops, I fell off. Well, for CGA values are good, yes. This is not Doom, you came here for Doom! Sorry, no Doom. Not on an 8088. Let's just tweak the start pixels. Oops, that was total pixels. Horizontal start. There we go. I was asking him Doom, yes. What do I have on here? Nothing interesting, really. Wolfenstein CGA. Oh, nice. You may have to try that sometime. We watched Futurama with M-Player minus VOAA, and it was surprisingly watchable. Well, it's cartoon. Cartoons are very low colour requirements. And hard edges. PC sucks. Now this doesn't do composite emulation like the RGB to HDMI does. So we get these sucky colours on it. You're getting a stroke. I'm not surprised. On composite, that would look very different. Oh, hello, Booksmart. Come to check on your other half, have you? He's behaving, honest. On composite, that looks very different. There's some value of behaving, yes. STR Digger's polyphonic mode sounds better than this. Yeah, well, this is pretty rough. Enough of that, that's annoying me. We had your song just then, did you hear it? The noise in the background was probably somewhat annoying. There's no 8-bit dance party. Let's run you again. Can't get much over the 3D printer.
Welcome to the thrill where the echoes never die. Here we'll find our will and spirits fly high.
Is he on? I wish I could type. No, it's it might be Vizzy on, but it's just the IMDs that I was writing out or something. I can't remember now. Ponder if you're bored enough to try Haiku on it, give it a go. See if it's got the right hardware for it to even boot. Last time I tried Haiku, I couldn't even get it to boot because it didn't like the hardware. Right, let's turn the background music back on again. Scroll up and click this link. Was ist das? This project is a modification to the original Wolfenstein 3D source release, which renders the game in CGA video modes. The engine has also been modified to be run on 8088 based CPUs, allowing it to be run on a wide variety of old PC hardware. Whoa. Unpack the contents of Wolf 3DC registered onto the same folder as your Wolfenstein 3D installation. I don't have one at the moment. Run CGA FI, which will read the VGA assets and create new CGA versions. Have I got a Wolf 3D installation at the moment? Anywhere? I may not have, but it's time to open another bottle. Which is bad news, because this is my last one. Searching for Wolfenstein at the moment on my server. See if it exists. You quit adult beverages 3 weeks ago. What? No wonder you've been grumpy. Hugs Ben with a gentle rope. Shake you warmly by the throat. Grumpy? No, clear-headed. I did have a Wolf 3D installation before I did all my big sort of server shift around and everything, and rebuild and hard drive moves and things, so I don't think I've got it anymore. Is there anything that doesn't distract you from auctions, Ben? Other auctions, true. What's in tests? CGA comp compatibility tests. Monitor calibration plates. Move that sideways a bit. There we go. Whoa, stripey! That looks pretty nicely aligned. That's supposed to be uniformity and convergence. It's, oh, there we go. It's, oh, it crashed. Some angry stripes, yep. Not sure what that one's supposed to be doing. Linearity. What's multi-burst? Ah. Whoa, that's trippy. That is trippy. Whoa. Don't stare at that too long. You might go into next week. Analog video bandwidth test, yes. Composite monitor tests, CGA card data. Composite low res text. See what this thinks this is. Alright. The colours are slightly wrong, of course, though. They're just full saturation colours. Not the fancy brown that you'd normally get from real CGA. Indeed, yes. Video RAM speed benchmark. Block memory read. 291 kilobytes per second. Way.
It's ab time, folks.
Yeah, I don't see a border because I have no overscan set up. Whoa, look at that flashing on CGA. I don't suppose this will work, will it? It's set for VGA, I think. Windows in CGA mode. Possible, but unusable. No, it's not going to work. I need the VGA card in for that. Right, so I can make some proper adapter cables for this now. Well, not now. Can't be bothered now, it's too late. Plus I don't think I have all the connectors and shells and things here for them. I need to get some 9-pin connectors and shells. Actually, I wonder, since the video signal on MDA is on a different pin and all the others are the same, could I make one adapter that does both? I can, can't I? Just add in the extra resistor for the... Although... No, it's slightly... Is it? No. No, I just add an extra resistor to the green wire, which has the video signal for MDA going into it. Because then the green one is disconnected, but the intensity is still connected. Yeah, that should work, shouldn't it? Yeah. So if I just add another 560 resistor going to the VGA, to the video output pin of MDA, everything else can stay the same. And it's just that one extra resistor and wire. And then it's one adapter for both. Oh yeah. That would work. I shall do that when I make it. I'll make one adapter for both. I'm going to suggest this earlier, but I was paying such close attention to my wiring job, I didn't want to distract me. Plus I needed a better, different cable anyway, because that one, the connections were so short on the video that it was painful to work with. But I need to make a composite video connection, and I need to make an S-video connection, which could actually possibly be the same adapter.
Cooking is more
again
distracting than any auction these days.
So I need multiple cables and things as well. I need an EGA card. I need to try this with EGA. Has anybody got a spare EGA card? Yeah, I know EGA needs to be different because you've got pin 1 is ground, pin 2 is secondary red, which I assume is basically intensity for red. Then you've got red, green, blue, then it's secondary green, secondary blue, which again I guess are intensity, and then the horizontal and vertical are in the same place. So the red, green, blue are the same. The horizontal and vertical are the same. It's just the intensity changes with EGA. I assume that's what secondary green and things mean. Yeah, I thought they were. It's just the wording of it, secondary green, on this site that I'm looking at here. It just says sort of secondary red, secondary green, secondary blue. So I'm assuming that means red intensity, green intensity, blue intensity. I don't think you ever saw an EGA in the flesh. I used to use somebody's PC that had an EGA. In fact, I think it was an Amstrad PC, 16 whatever, had EGA in it. Yeah, 1640, that was one, yeah. No, I need to get an actual EGA card. They're not too hard to get hold of. Just not cheap. There's plenty of them around, they just go for silly money. £260, she's having a laugh. I probably am, Ben, ignoring a lot, yes. Spent years stocking these on eBay before you got to the ISORM Nimbus branded one, yeah. I mean, if you're offering to give me the 1640, then I'd say yes. But lend? I don't do lend. Once things enter my domain, that's the last you ever see of them. I think a ton of safe searches sometimes does help, indeed, yes. Yeah, you just definitely need it back. No chance, no chance. Once it's mine, once I got my hands on it, it's gone forever. There's a keyboard. £100 at the moment. Untested spares or repairs. Yeah, so it was definitely a 1640 that this friend of mine had. 54. They don't go for small money, do they? Hardline's probably seized by now. Yeah, well, yeah. Make an offer, £1. Oh, it looks like he's upgraded it with a floppy, a 3.5-inch floppy. Shame it's a black one. No monitor. I'll just keep a lookout for an EGA card. It's not important. It'll just be, it's a nice to have, an EGA card. Don't buy a PC 1512 instead. That had a weird CGA derivative, yeah. And what I really, really want, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want the Advance 86B. I'd love an Advance 86B for Auntie, sold by WH Smiths. Because that was my first PC, my first actual PC. It's a horrible, gargantuan heap of junk. But it was my first PC, and I want one. What I really, really want is a sausage in a bun. I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I want a sausage in a bun.
Sausage in a bun. Dear old sausage in a bun. Gimme sausage in a bun.
The Advance 86B just does not exist anywhere anymore, though. Because they were so awful, they all got scrapped, and I'm not surprised. Defaming the Spice Ladies. A lot of Amstrad hard drives came seized from the factory. I had to sue Western Digital over the controllers. Oh dear. Road trip food for you, yeah, absolutely. Down in one, Ben, down in one, down in one, down in one. No, I shouldn't encourage you. You don't need encouraging. There's an advert here for it. That's all that exists now. This is $24 just for a copy of an advert for it. Ferranti, yes, full of Ferranti's ULAs. It was an interesting design choice actually, because you had it came in the 86A and the 86B. The 86A was the base unit, which is let's get this in another tab. That portion of it there, which has the CPU and the graphics and the keyboard interface and a tape interface and a bit of memory and nothing else. And then the 86B had this extra unit sat on top of it with some ribbon cables going through to another big circuit board in here, which had the ISA slots, some custom slots that nothing ever was made for, and the floppy drives. And I had the B version, the big version, and I mean, I'm not kidding, it was that thick. It was a beast of a thing. It made the 5150 look small. So yeah, the ones that haven't been fed to a wood chipper have rotted it. Yeah, basically. Yeah, but they were made or sold only by WH Smiths in the UK. So they were horrible, completely useless. But it was my first PC, and I'm nostalgic for it. You know what nostalgia's like. Thanks for joining us, Matt. I'll see you later. Yeah, right up there with Dixon's. Right up there with Dixon's. So that's my that's what I'd love to try and find, but they just don't exist. I think there's a Wikipedia article on them. There it is. There it is. A big beast. And yes, that is a flip down bit that you slot the keyboard into to tuck it away. And a cute little glowing red switch on the front for the power. And an almost XT keyboard. Just got an extra gap down the side there. And a very, look at the length of that enter button, all the way down there. I don't know, what's the point of having a large enter button that's got a little lump on the top of it? Because you're not going to press any of the rest of it, are you? You're only going to hit that little tiny bit that's sticking up. So why does all the rest of it even exist? But yeah, that had CGA, or it didn't have CGA. It had its own special video, which was CGA compatible, but also did its own strange things. The reason Amstrad could churn out the 1000 series so cheaply, apart from the creep-tastic plastic chassis and PSU in the monitor wheeze, was putting a huge amount of the glue logic on a PC motherboard in a big logic array, yep, which they had to work around with an extra PAL to defeat the video portions of it in the 1640, yeah. Well, it's all lessons learned from the Spectrum that they bought, isn't it? When they bought out Spectrum with the Ferranti ULAs in those. Stick it all in a ULA. Fundamentally CGA compatible, except it offered 16 colours in 640 by 200 if you spoke to it nicely. Yep. I don't know what special modes this one did, but I'm not aware of any software that actually used them. So, when they bought Sinclair, well, it was during the era of the Spectrum Plus 2, because Sinclair was bought by Amstrad, and Amstrad re-released the Plus 2 as the Plus 2A, with some very slight differences to the I/O connector on the back, making it incompatible with some hardware. Why they did that, I have no idea. Probably for money. So it's whenever the Plus 2A came out. So, but the Plus 2 was by Sinclair, the Plus 2A was by Amstrad. I had the Plus 2A when I was younger. I went from the Plus, which was made by Sinclair, to the Plus 2A, which was the second generation made by Amstrad. Why did Amstrad do anything? Well, yeah, quite. I don't know why they changed the IOs on the back. Just a tiny, tiny change they made so that something just wouldn't work with it. So. Good money to be made selling barely passable at best tat cheap. Well, isn't that JML? And I'm convinced JML stands for junk made lucrative. But of course, Temu and that sort of lot have cornered the market now in cheap tat. At least we can laugh at JML ads, yes. If it's that good, how can you afford to give me all these extra freebies for a limited time? Oh, Sinclair's MO2, really, yes. Just put more effort into being clever about it. Apart from, oh, I don't know, C5? That was just a laughing stock at the time. We finally got around to watching Micro Men last year, yes. I don't think I've actually seen the full thing yet. I've only ever seen clips of it. I still need to watch it sometime. There's a late night film at EMF on the Friday night. Nice. I must go to EMF this time. I must go to it. Or maybe volunteer for it, since it's only just up the road. It's almost walking distance, actually. East Nor. Is it on iPlayer? Doesn't look like it. No, it's not on there at the moment. No, it's not on iPlayer at the moment.
Adverts are now playing.
The C5 had some excellent innovations in it, just to put it together with an ill-conceived idiocy of a chassis. Well, did you know if you take the Sinclair C5, strip off all the plastic crap from the outside, put some big drop handlebars on the front of it, and you've got Dave Lister's bike on the Red Dwarf. That was a Sinclair C5. There you go. That's the Sinclair C5 under there. So it is, yeah. You've been to Ganymede, you've been to Titan. Fuck me, this thing's a bat up on wheels. I only found that out the other day in some piece of crap that scrolled past in my feed in YouTube. Right, so we have working MDA, we have working CGA. I just need to make a proper adapter. That'll be tomorrow's job, I think. I'll dig out what connectors I've got and make a proper adapter. Although the number of resistors that are in it, it would benefit from a circuit board, wouldn't it? So maybe I'll design a proper circuit board for it. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Here's a blast from the past for you. Word perfect. Used to use this all the time at work. That's the idea, Ben. Yeah, just a little slot-in thing between the pins and into the back shell and then the cable. We used to use this on AIX on green screen terminals. Do I have bitstream fontware or facelift for my rope? No, I don't think I do. I just have whatever was on WinWorld PC. I can't remember how the hell we use this now. That would be useful, Ben. So F2 is search. F1 is nothing. Maybe a redraw. F3, F4. Oh, there's some help going on there. No idea. No, F10 is save. F3 is help. F7 to exit WordPerfect. Ah. That was WordPerfect's major selling point into legal right through their Novell days. Now they've been spun out again post attachmate. Oh dear. But yeah, we used to use that on AIX, on the RS6000 43p, the same one that Ben's got sat in pieces. Though I think it might have only been it might have been the single CPU model, the 120 whatever, or 140 whatever it is, the 120. So yeah, 140 or 160. I think it was only a single CPU, and it only had to support, how many people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's including 10. About 20 employees it had on there, using it all the time across 3 sites, all on green screen terminals. Might go on an ATX PSU hunt in the office tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. Have you tried plugging in a serial terminal yet, or a serial connection into the RS6000? Because Gemini was telling me that 185 was an NVRAM problem. Yes, you did. Right. And I was wondering if it's basically saying, I can't continue until you configure the NVRAM properly because it's all wiped. And it was asking that on the serial connection, on the console connection. Did you try both console connections? Because did you connect them up the right way round onto the motherboard? Because it might be asking you on the console to reconfigure the CMOS. Before it even begins to boot. That's what 185 might be. The NVRAM, possibly. Just a thought that was niggling through my head the other night. Something to try. Was that before or after you removed the battery though? Changed the battery? Well, that was my thinking, G-Pin, that both these machines are showing the same symptoms. I'll give you 5 minutes. Oh, you're going to try it now, are you? Oh, it's still early yet. Both these machines are showing the same symptoms. The one thing that is most likely to have gone on both of them, one we know it has gone on, the other one is most likely to have gone on as well, is the CMOS battery, which means the NVRAM is going to be obliterated. So the unmolested one won't be mouse piss rotted. So it's not, chances are it's not going to be that. It's going to be something which dies by itself, which is the battery. Or power. Battery or power. Since both power supplies seem to have gone, the only power supplies you've had connected up are either the dead ones or your bodged together one, so it's either going to be something that has equally died on both, like NVRAM, the battery, or your power supply setup. By my reckoning. So there may be other things on the mouse infested one that have gone, but they would show up as other problems once you get past the 185. And have you tried with and without a null modem adapter? And then with or without 2 null modem adapters, 3 null modem. You've got to have a chain of dongles and adapters about that long on serial. Just ask Shelby. So. What else have I got on this computer at the moment? Not a huge amount. I've got D-Base, Clipper. Let's play a game. Let's turn this Twitch stream into a gaming stream, shall we? CGA Pac-Man. I heard there was a place you stay here. Apparently they can't get you. That's a lie. That is an obvious lie. That man is indeed Pac. Yep, indeed he is. He's packing heat. Oh, completely trapped then. Completely trapped. 3 directions I could go and 3 ghosts around me. I can't actually see the top of my screen particularly well at the moment due to the lights above my desk. I'll see you later, Heart Rocks. Thanks for joining us. It's been great having you here. Especially your intros. I do love those intros you do. Just look after those yaks for me, will ya? Whoops, missed that one. Oh, damn it, didn't quite get that one in time.
It seems Word Perfect is still causing quite the stir almost.
You're anyone who's never played Pac-Man. Well, I haven't played it much either, no. In fact, this might be the first time I've ever actually cleared a level. Tasty yak, was it? And Pac-Man does kind of get a bit boring after a while because it's the same level over and over and over again. Just they move a bit quicker each time. The board doesn't change, no. It's the same board over and over and over and over and over again. I played on the Xbox 360. Here's a classic. Spent hours playing this on my Advance 86B. That's a crap game, but kind of addictive in its own silly way. Game Boy Tetris is the best Tetris. Yes, it is. Absolutely 100%. You may think this is pretty boring and easy, but it gets a bit more fun. And you have multiple babies all falling down at the same time. There's no noticeable... Oops, bugger, missed one. No noticeable delay lag on the scaling that I'm seeing here. It's pretty much real time. Ugh! Ugh! Too many babies. Wrong button. Got confused then. Oh, 47. Killed the baby, good job, yeah. I thought we were coming when it comes to games, but then realised this game is from 84, which is 41 years ago. Shouldn't we have come much further in 40 years? Well, games can only progress as fast as the computer hardware that they run on. An arcade game was perfected before you were born, basically, and graphics are ephemeral, yeah. And arcade games are a slightly different beast, because early arcade games were much more the hardware is producing the game, rather than just a PC with a screen and fancy inputs. It was much more a computer built specifically for a game, especially very early ones like Pac-Man and Galaxians and things like that. It wasn't like a modern one, or more modern one, where it's a generic arcade machine with a big plug-in cartridge, basically a glorified games console with a cartridge in it. It's dedicated hardware specifically for that game. So the graphics, a lot of the graphics capabilities are hardwired into it specifically for the game. It's only when the likes of Neo Geo and all those sort of things created the more cartridge-based systems where it's a generic arcade machine and they just plug in the game that they want in it. So it's only once the generic hardware has got powerful enough for that they could even begin to think about doing that. A game is either you must react in time to a thing on screen or use tactical thinking. Well, yeah. It's games of reaction and knowing what the controls are. Basically, most games are that. You've got to build the muscle memory so that you don't have to think what the controls are and react to the stimulus that it's feeding you. That's what most games are. Yeah, a bit polished, sure, yeah. Try both serial ports using the breakout box so you can make sure you have DC-DT correct. And with the CMOS reset jumpers in all 4 combinations, at most you get a couple of bytes of garbage. With the instant to power on, that's probably just line noise. Yeah, that's just probably just power transitions of the chips that are driving it.
Thanks for
well, it was an idea anyway. So the other option then is that it's something to do with your power supply setup. The next step is to find a better ATX PSU that can supply everything it wants, including the -5 volts. Yeah, I think so. See if that helps matters. Yeah, you looked at the specs on your HP one, didn't you? And it was not capable of providing enough current, you thought, maybe, compared to the original. Was that on the 3.3 volts of the CPU, was it? I'd have thought in that case it would probably work with just one CPU, because it'll only be drawing half the current then. So. Yeah, several amps short on FPU. Well, that's the problem with modern power supplies, is they are very much now geared towards 12 volts. And the other rails are falling by the wayside because PCs now just need more and more 12 volts and less of everything else, because so much more of it now is regulated on the motherboard that it just feeds 12 volts into everything. I'm a big advocate of ATX 12VO. Why have the power supply give all these voltage rails when most of it comes from 12 volts now anyway, and it's going to all be regulated on the motherboard? Just give it 12 volts. In fact, I'm a big advocate of 24 volts. This fiasco with modern NVIDIA graphics cards and their stupid high-powered 12-volt connector that bursts into flames would be solved by just having it 24 volts instead. Half the current. Same power delivery, half the current. But they're wedded to 12 volts on those, so yeah. Very glad you don't care about modern graphics cards. Well, yeah, they have their uses, especially if you're doing anything video-wise. I like my 2070. It's a big step up from my 970. But I've got no interest in anything more than that. It does far more than I need. It makes the graphics of games look far prettier than they need to. And it renders videos really quickly, so. And it lets me do the TTS for the bot, of course. That's all done through there. Something moderately recent in your i9 12900, nice. It hasn't carked it yet then. With the Intel rottage. But not outlandishly, yeah. I mean, a good modernish graphics card is good for video streaming because it does all the encoding for you. I thought it was 12th and 13th that it was suffering from it. And 11th was the last good one. But there was only a certain ones within it. And a lot of that was actually down to the motherboard, apparently, not the chip, giving the wrong voltages.
Tyler Hoot.
You may have got a 200 MHz DX2 mini PC for $40. Nice. Excellent. Basically spent a fair chunk of your last paycheck on that machine. Yeah, absolutely. Buy good, buy once. That's the idea. Spend a bit extra on it and you don't have to replace it. The 13th and 14th, or was it 12th and 13th? Yeah, it may have been 13th and 14th. I know it was 13th plus one of the either side, yeah. Yeah, that was probably at the mounting hardware, wasn't it? Yeah. The eBox 2300 SA XXA-C. Oh, what a nice little unit. Cute. Yeah, very nice. $40, not bad. Is this where we play Has Been on Cathode Ray Dudes, Little Guys or Not? Yeah. This is saying it's 300 megahertz for the 2300. If that's so, then you've got yourself a bargain at an extra 50% speed on top of what you were expecting. Yeah, you're thinking about 486 DX266. You're my lawn. I'll shoot your dog. Yeah, DX266 and DX4100. If you've got to get a DX266 in a tiny little box like that, it would be really quite cute. Depends what sort of retro gaming you want to do. Retro gaming on Windows, possibly fair enough. Because USB. Retro gaming on DOS games with USB. Free DOS, maybe. x86 compatible SOC, manufactured with the 0.13 micron process, less than 1 watt. Oof, blimey, less than a watt. Groovy chip. I would say there's one of those myself, actually. Looks like an interesting little system. And bigger issue is bodging in the sound card. Well, yeah. It's got a PS2 on the rear. Oh, that's okay then. Get DOS gaming then. £30 amps on 3.3, 29 amps. Well, I think we should round it up to 30 on the 5 volts, 7 on the 12. And the 12 will only really be used for hard drives and things, won't it? I suppose in there. 400 milliamps on -5 and -12, plus 5 aux. Is that like standby? I think plus 5 aux is the standby equivalent, is it? They make modified versions with a crystal chip on them with Sound Blaster Pro compatibility. Nice. I mean, if you've got an ATX supply that doesn't do -5, it might just be simplest just to buy a couple of 7905s off eBay and add a -5 volt rail from the -12 volt. That's probably the easiest thing to do, rather than trying to link it in with your bench power supply and things. Yes, Chloe, it is RS6000 PSU. Just stick a 7905 on the -12 volts and generate your -5 from that, because it's tiny currents really, isn't it? And it's probably not actually used, but it might be being monitored. Not actually actively consumed by the computer itself, just provided for I/O cards, but it might be being actively monitored by the system, and it sees it's not there, it says, "Oi, come on now, something up with your power supply." So, who knows? In stock at Radwell, 474 Canadian dollars. So that's what, 23 quid? No, it's about 250 quid, I think. Pretty much double, isn't it? An active USB to PS2 adapter. Good luck. Better off with a PS2 keyboard. Yeah, pick up a free PS2 keyboard from your local charity shop or Goodwill or whatever, or Free Cycle equivalent. I have just dragged this out of my cupboard. Was looking for the stuff for this CGA shenanigans. I have pulled this little toy out of my cupboard whilst rooting through to have a little play with. It's a little AMD board, SOC-based board, which I salvaged out of another computer. I thought I might plug it in and have a play with it again, just maybe set it up to do something, I don't know. What CPU does it have on it? I can't remember, but it's an AMD. It's a soldered on the board jobby. The board itself is, if I can find my glasses, which I can't, is the, let's hold it out at arm's length, APX-D1-DM. The Pegatron. It's a HP OEM thing. A45. AMD A45 on it, that's it. The Pegatron, yes. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a feeling, yeah, this board is this board. That is my photograph there on RetroWeb of this specific board. Not to confuse with the Pegomatic, yeah. Correct me even if I'm right, yeah. No, that is my board there. Oh yeah, it actually says there at the bottom, image by Majenko. So yeah. So I thought I might plug it in and just have a tinker with it at some point, and I don't know. It's got almost no power to it whatsoever, but it's a fun little thing to play with. Got two SATA connectors. That's about all, really. No PCIe or anything like that on it. So, liar, it's the other Majenko. There is only one Majenko! There can be only one. Weirdos who own one of these, only Majenko will admit to it. Yes, indeed. It was free. It was in a piece of crap computer that someone gave to me, so I scrapped the horrible HP box that it was in and kept the motherboard. Takes a 19-volt laptop power supply. It's basically a laptop board with DIMM slots. It was free. My favourite was absolutely yes. I refuse, if at all possible, to spend money on retro hardware. A, because I don't have any, and B, because retro hardware really shouldn't have any monetary value anymore. It's only of interest to suckers like me. So I refuse to pay money for it if I can help it. Because it has no financial value, but people price them up at stupid prices, so that's my rebellion against that, is I refuse to pay those prices. Instead, I just asked Ben for his. Right, time to start packing up. God, what a mess I've got here. Let's start putting the computer back together. You know, do NFTs, but crypto, maybe pieces are a form of NFT, yeah. Oh, but they are fungible. The only people they have value to are we retro enthusiasts. To everybody else, they're just e-waste. Because they actually have no specific financial value anymore. Only to people who want to own a piece of history. So. Wouldn't surprise me, Ben. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Oops. That's great.
Adverts are starting.
I shall leave this configured with the CGA because that's more useful to me than the MDA. The MDA is useful if I want to run it with the monitor that I've got, but I'm more likely to be using it on the Extron now, so it can stay as CGA. I could put my VGA card into it, of course. Then I've got no need for adapters. But where's the fun in that? It's got to be CGA. It's a 5150, it's got to be CGA. Nine-hour-old review. Was a great place to buy PC components prior to buyout from Fraser Group. Account has been deleted post-administration buyout. Guess so.
Thanks for enduring those.
Oh dear. Oops, I've unplugged my keyboard and mouse hub, haven't I? By putting my Type F keyboard under the desk. There we go, I've got mouse again. A winding up petition was issued against the company by their landlord on the 1st of August. There you go. On 13th of August 2025, Fraser's Group acquired eBuyer. Fraser's Group has acquired online technology retailer eBuyer out of administration. Go away. God, this is a spammy site. The digital marketplace, which sells CPUs, motherboards, laptops, televisions and monitors, will join Fraser's growing portfolio, which includes game, studio, retail and sports direct. eBuyer was snapped up via a pre-pack deal this week after it faced a winding up petition over the weekend from its landlord, Urban Logistics Acquisitions 6, over unpaid rent. Oh dear. The retailer had plunged to an operating loss of 1.8 million in the year to the 31st of December 2023, down from a pre-tax profit of 104,000.
It seems like everyone's having PSU problems and supplier woes. Ben's supplier list is shrinking faster than Majenko's patience for ads.
At the time, the company stated the market for electrical products and components had declined further after its sales fell. The retailer continued to struggle financially in the years that followed, despite a wave of cost-cutting and staff layoffs. Fraser's Group has an established record of successfully taking retail brands forward and unlocking their potential and turning them into shite. eBuyer is a recognised name in the consumer technology space, and this transaction provides a platform it can use to re-establish its position as one of the UK's largest PC components retailers. Well, yep, they can certainly suck my grits anyway. Not that I've ever used them in the past, but I'm certainly not going to use them in the future either. Okay, 5150 is tucked away in its little cubby hole now. The entire IT industry is owned by just a couple of entities that have sucked the life out of so many great products. Yep, absolutely. But those products would probably have just vanished completely if it weren't for the VC companies. If there's a choice between the company just going under and the products vanishing, or the products remaining but getting watered down and life sucked out of them, well, which is best, who knows? But either way, the product's going to go. It's either going to disappear or it's going to start sucking, so now tuck the streamer away. I've got to find the bed first before I can do that. Start off by putting my 5150 manual away, including original discs. I'll tell you, this thing was immaculate when I got it. It stored it away up in the attic, wrapped in plastic bags, all perfectly packed away, all the manuals put in a nice box. All the discs still in their disc holder tray thing. As I say, I think it was, since it had been tested in 2013 for electrical safety, I reckon he's still using it as his PC. At least sometime around then. So. But hey, if it does what you need it to do, why change? That PSU is rated for 20 amps on each of 3 volts and 5 volts, so that's no good either, no. People seem to miss that cancer strategy ends in death of host. Yeah, indeed it does. Every vendor that sells to a VC makes promises about how the influx of cash will allow faster product development, better support, yada yada. Never seen that happen. Nope, of course not. CPC have parametric search on ATX PSU rails. Whoa! But at the end of the day, you're dealing with Farnell, or rather their parent company, who bought them out and started making them suck. Personally, I think there should be a global ban on all business acquisitions by other companies. It should be illegal to own another, for one company to own another. But that's just my opinion, though, of course. My opinion counts for shit. I'm just a lowly streamer, so what do I know? If I knew anything about business, I wouldn't be streaming. Due to a couple of decades of mergers and acquisitions, you need to update your CV, yeah. If you looked there earlier, they have one that looks suitable for £25. You placed an order earlier that was below the £24 free delivery threshold. Oh, sucks. That sucks. But hey, it's over the free delivery threshold, so no delivery on that. So it's no loss having another one that looks suitable for £13. Well, check it carefully though, Ben.
Wait, am I an idiot?
Check it carefully. It may say that it can do so much on this rail, so much on that rail, but it may be only able to do a fraction of the combined power. Like you may be able to do 20 amps on 3.3 and 20 amps on 5 volts and 10 amps on 12 volts, but it can only do 20 amps in total across all of them. Make sure that it can actually do those ratings on those rails at the same time. Because these cheaper ones will often be like 300 watts. Yeah, 300 watts onto the 12 volt rail, and then the other rails are all regulated off that 12 volt rail. Or you'll have your 5 volt rail, which actually has the 3.3 volt rail regulated off it. And other junk like that. So check your combined ratings. A couple of 13 quid ones just for the free shipping, yeah. But at the end of the day, you're buying from Farnell. Right, well, I've overrun by 25 minutes. Not that I really care, but got to keep the other occupants of the house happy. So I best finish off now, I think. I've started to begin to find my bed again. A masala tea, is that like tea with curry in it? Tea with a dollop of curry? Oh, it looks like I have got a Wolf 3D. After all that. I have got a copy of Wolf 3D kicking around, yes. Tea optimized curry. I mean, curry is leaves, I suppose, so yeah, just mix some curry leaves in with the tea leaves and you've got curry tea. Yeah, interesting. Never thought of curry tea. A company you've never heard of claiming a Dorset address with no detailed specs on their website. Going by the name of Chung Hong Kang Company Limited. One Hung Lo. That'll probably be a yeah, that'll be a drop shipper, probably. A drop shipper using an address in Dorset. It'll actually be shipping from China. Right, I'm going to finish off now. Enough of this. I need to go and whittle again. Drop shipper with emphasis on the drop. Dropping shipper, yeah. 1000 watt power supply, 12 volts, 100 amps. Yeah, right. Other fake specs, yeah. It's like a power bank with 10,000 megawatt hours. And it's actually no more than 4,000 milliamp hours. It's when they confuse the milliamp and watt hours and yeah, make numbers up. Yeah, they love making numbers up. Made in China, and the only combined rating on the faceplate is the total. Yeah, no, don't touch it. Vida Lite 500 watt desktop PC ATX power supply unit. AA 500. Why? Why? Collect in person from Berkshire. Vida Lite. Oh, even worse. AC input 230 volts, 5 amps. A 500 watt power supply, which takes over a kilowatt input. I don't think that's going to get its bronze rating, is it? Efficiency. What efficiency? Efficiency, no. Yes, I think those numbers are just made up. EAN on the nameplate, yeah. Well, let's have a look. So 3.3 times 30. That's 100 watts on that channel. Plus 5 times 36. Plus 12 times 18. Plus 12 times 0.5. Plus 5 times 2.5. Yeah, basically the maximum total output. They've just added the wattages of each channel together and rounded it down to a round number. And then just made a number up for this here. That's not the actual input power rating. That's the size of the fuse that they would have put in the plug of the cable that they included with it if they bothered with a cable that had a plug, that had a fuse in the plug. If they could have bothered with a fused plug, that's the fuse they would have put in it. But they didn't, so they didn't. Right, anyway, I must finish now. Yes, if lightning strikes. Yes. Yeah, let's write it. Rating. Right, anyway, thank you very much for joining me this evening. We had great success for once, a stream where we actually achieved everything we wanted to achieve and everything worked perfect first time once things were plugged in. So I shall be back tomorrow, where I shall probably do something along the lines of designing a little circuit board for this CGA/MDA adapter. Oh, just in time, Industrious Ant. Just finishing. Save money on expensive fuse plugs by using thin cable that melts at that current level. Absolutely, yes. Hair-fine CCA cable. Who needs fuses? So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, probably designing a circuit board to make an adapter. You've been lurking for a while. It's good to have you here, whether you're lurking or not. Yeah, I'm going to try and find my bed now and go to bed. I've pretty much run out of apple juice. So I'm going to go and unload some now. I'll see you all tomorrow anyway. Normal time, normal place. Normal inane grin on my face. So where's my outro button? It's over here, isn't it? Here comes my inane bot as well. Same bot time, same bot channel. Not bat, bot, cheap in. Oh, I certainly will, Ben, I certainly will. Too late, he's already counted the farts. Although if you'd been here right at the very, very start, you would have got a name check then, saying that you were leading the leaderboard with 6 farts.
With 100 bits, Jeepin247 says,
Kercsanto tuning tomorrow. Same about the time, same about the channel.
Same about the time, same about the channel. Thank you very much for the bits, Jeepin. Same battle time, same battle channel, Feddy once, but nobody laughed. Oh, I'd have laughed, but I don't do Feddy. I mean, I have Feddy, but I don't use it.
Alright folks, that's a wrap for today. Huge thanks to everyone who tuned in and made this stream awesome. A massive shout out to MJ, PC Markers, our beloved pet Canadian, Jeepin247, RF Programmer, Moke Helix, Veyanko, Matin X, Tyler Hoot, Chloe Raccoon, The Industrious End, Sir Stu's a lot, Booksmart Street Stupid, Ras PL, A Swarm of Dead Insects, and Hot Rocks Girl for the great conversation. Special thanks to Platinum Marker for the raid with 26 viewers. And a big thank you to Stream Elements for keeping things running smoothly. Hot Rocks Girl, thanks for the sub. And farted the most with 3 farts, so well done. See you next time. Ads are starting. Well,
yes, it was certainly awesome. Lots of ore action going on.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
Feddy is what's replacing Twitter. Federated social media. Self-hosted on a potato if you really want to. I'd prefer to host it on a computer personally. Potatoes aren't particularly great on the Ethernet front. They don't have much connectivity. I just use Blue Sky when I can be bothered, which is never. I should do more on Blue Sky, really. I never have anything interesting to post though, so why? Need to start posting things that aren't stream announcements. Yeah, I can never come up with anything useful to post.
Engage.
No, I tried that once. Didn't work.
Cool.
Oh my.
Oh, banana.
What the hell are you doing here?